In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on April 1st, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Florida Atlantic versus San Diego State. If you had this as a Final Four matchup in your brackets, congratulations, you may be the best to ever pick games. Florida Atlantic, the 9th seed out of the East region, takes on San Diego State, the South region's 5th seed, with a chance to advance to the NCAA championship. Florida Atlantic outlasted 3-seed Kansas State in the Elite Eight, 79-76, winning against the spread as +1 underdogs. San Diego State rode their defense to a 57-56 win over 6th-seed Creighton to advance, winning against the spread as +2.5 underdogs. The Florida Atlantic Owls booked their spot in the Final Four after picking up a 79-76 win over Kansas State in their last matchup. Elijah Martin led the Owls with 17 points on 6 of 11 shooting with 3 threes and a pair of steals with a pair of blocks as well, while Brian Greenlee added 16 points with 4 threes. Vladislav Golden added 14 points on 6 of 11 shooting with a team-high 13 rebounds for the double-double, and Johnell Davis had 13 points with 8 rebounds and a team-high 6 assists to cap off the group of double-digit scorers for the Owls in the winning effort. The San Diego State Aztecs booked their spot in the Final Four thanks to a 57-56 win over Creighton in their last matchup. Lamont Butler led the Aztecs with 18 points on 8 of 11 shooting, while Darian Trammell added 12 points with 5 rebounds as the only other double-digit scorer for San Diego State in the win. Edom Leddy and Nathan Mensah each had a team-high 6 rebounds as well to lead the Aztecs on the glass in the victory. Florida Atlantic is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall and 23-9-1 against the spread in their last 33 games following an against the spread win, while the under is 6-2 in their last 8 neutral site games. San Diego State is 15-5-2 against the spread in their last 22 games overall, and 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 neutral site games, while the under is 13-3 in their last 16 games against a team with a winning percentage above .600. I think a lot of credit has to be given to what San Diego State's done in the tournament, but it's worth noting that a questionable call to finish the game against Creighton may have saved the Aztecs, as who knows what would have happened in that extra 5 minutes had the game gone to overtime. Florida Atlantic continues to get overlooked, but the Owls don't look like a team that's just happy to be there. This Florida Atlantic team has a strong belief that they can win the national championship, and Florida Atlantic has looked as good as every other team that's made it to the Final Four. Will San Diego State and that defense be a tough task? Sure, but Florida Atlantic's defied expectations every step of the way. What's one more game? These 2 teams shocked most of the country by winning their regions, and they will face off on Saturday night for a chance to play in the national championship game. Florida Atlantic dominated the glass on Kansas State and was able to generate plenty of second chance points. San Diego State beat Alabama in the Sweet 16 and was able to get by Creighton in the Elite Eight by 1 point. San Diego State comes into this game as a slight favorite and plays some of the best defense in the country, but Florida Atlantic is the better shooting team and is averaging more rebounds per game. So the Florida Atlantic to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. With it being both teams' first trip to the big stage, I would fully expect a slow start to the game as the wide eyes slowly begin to focus on the task at hand. KenPom ranks Florida Atlantic at 155 in their tempo ratings, and San Diego State at 266, so neither team is blazing up and down the hardwood much. Also, neither team has been scorching the twine, with Florida Atlantic's 42.1% shooting in the tournament the best of the 2. KenPom has both highly rated on the defensive side of the ball, with the Owls ranked 30th in adjusted defense and the Aztecs ranked 4th. San Diego State has given up 57 or fewer points in 3 of 4 games in this tournament and in 5 of their last 6 overall. Florida Atlantic has held 2 teams to 65 or less in the NCAA tournament and 5 of their last 7. The under is 8-0 in the Aztecs' last 8 games after an against-the-spread win and are 4-0 in their 4 tournament games this season. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami, Florida versus Connecticut. In the nightcap of Saturday's men's college basketball Final Four in Houston, Texas, the Miami Hurricanes will square off against the Connecticut Huskies. Miami, making its first ever appearance in the Final Four, is now 29-7 on the season after winning the Midwest region. The Huskies, looking for their first national title since 2014, are 29-8 on the season and the winner of the West region. The Huskies posted a 24-7 record over the course of the regular season. Connecticut beat Providence in the Big East tournament but then lost to Marquette in Game 2. So far in the national tournament, the Huskies have beaten Iona, St. Mary's, Arkansas, and Gonzaga. Back on Saturday versus Gonzaga, the Huskies took a 39-32 edge into the second half. Connecticut caught fire from there on a 43-22 run and bagged the blowout win 82-54. Jordan Hawkins was the top team scorer on 20 points, and Andre Jackson had 10 assists with 9 rebounds and 8 points. Over on the Miami side, their regular season ended up at 24-6 overall. The Hurricanes beat Wake Forest 74-72 in the Atlantic Coast Conference tournament before falling to Duke 85-78. Since then, Miami has beaten Drake, Indiana, Houston, and Texas in the national tournament. In Sunday's tournament matchup versus Texas, Miami was down 45-37 in the locker room. The Hurricanes stormed back on a 51-36 second-half run for an 88-81 comeback win. Leading the way was Jordan Miller with 27 points. Wooga Poplar added 16 points with 6 rebounds. After a dramatic couple of weeks in the NCAA tournament, the Final Four is set. The number 5 Miami Hurricanes were crowned champions of the Midwest region after upsetting the top-seeded Houston Cougars and Texas Longhorns, ruining both teams' opportunity to play for a championship in their home city and state, respectively. They will meet the number 4 Connecticut Huskies in Houston on Saturday, who have proven they were vastly underseeded after dominating the West region with 15-plus point victories in each round. Connecticut opened as a 5-point favorite over Miami, and for good reason. The Huskies have been the best team in college basketball over the last 4 weeks according to Bart Torvik, as they rank 3rd in adjusted offensive efficiency and 9th in adjusted defensive efficiency since February 25th. Miami has been elite offensively down the stretch, but the Hurricanes rank 111th in adjusted defensive efficiency over the last 4 weeks, which is not a good trait to have this late in the tournament. On its run to the Final Four, Miami has won games against some of the country's best defenses thanks to its elite offense. But the size of Connecticut's guards is unmatched by Houston and Texas and will likely be difficult for the Miami guards to score against. The Hurricanes are going to want to score at the rim off the dribble and in transition, and will use a myriad of cuts and ball screens to free up scorers in the half court. However, the Huskies defend well in all phases, as they are a top 60 team in points per possession allowed in transition and in the half court according to Synergy. Furthermore, they rank 19th in opposing effective field goal percentage in transition and 27th in field goal percentage at the rim per hoop math, while maintaining a 15.3% block percentage on all opposing attempts at the rim, which ranks 26th nationally. Connecticut also does a very good job defending the three-point line, as it yields the 12th lowest three-point rate and the 13th lowest three-point percentage in the country. Offensively, the Huskies share the ball at an elite level, ranking 8th in assist rate with over 63% of made field goals coming off an assist. They also have the second best offensive rebounding rate in the country, make 76% of their free throws, and hit 36.3% of their three-point attempts, making them an extremely difficult opponent for which to game plan. I expect Connecticut to be able to control this game with its size and physicality. Look for Coach Hurley to exploit Miami's lack of front court depth and size in post-up situations, playing inside out through Adama Sanogo and Donovan Clingan, both of whom are capable passers that can find open shooters and cutters if Miami doubles the post. Miami's run has been extremely impressive, but Connecticut is playing the best basketball in the country as of late and should be able to take advantage of the Hurricanes' defensive inefficiencies. So the Connecticut Huskies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The instinct is to go over with both teams averaging over 81 points per game in the tournament. However, the Hurricanes have not run into defense at the level that Connecticut is playing at this point. The Huskies have gone under the total in 6 of their last 7 games. The only time they failed to stay under the total was in the Big East Championship game when Marquette's offense blitzed them. Since then, teams have yet to shoot even 40% against the Huskies. Gonzaga has the second best scoring offense in the NCAA, and the Zags were dominated by Connecticut's defense. That trend will continue here. Miami is 90th in the country in pace of play, but the Huskies are just 204th. With a big advantage on the glass, Connecticut will dictate the pace of this game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.